Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I am here with a review for Wizardry, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord on Xbox. Now, this released on the 23rd of May 2024 from developer-publisher Digital Eclipse. And this is a full 3D remake of the first game in the Wizardry series of RPG video games. Now, the original Wizardry game, Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, came out in 1981, and it was on PCs. It was one of those black and white text-based style games, and it's an old school sort of dungeon crawling RPG game. I think it was the first video game to have party-based RPG combat in it. It's one of those games that was the first Dungeons and Dragons style RPG-esque games, and honestly, it was really cool. It's not held up amazingly to this day. It has tons of fans and followers though, and it's an old school beast of a game. Now, this 3D remake basically improves obviously the graphics and the audio. They've made brand new 3D environments, 3D characters, enemies and stuff like that. However, it still follows the sort of core game to a T. So with this game, you will create a party of adventurers and head into this dungeon. So you can create your own characters using an actual character creator. It's not super as detailed as some other games, but it's still not bad. Or you can hire adventurers from the tavern. Now, this game has been made very accurately based on the original. They built it directly on top of the original game's code. So even though it looks new and modern, it still is super retro. And one thing that I love about this game is you can even view the original Apple II gameplay while you're playing at the side of the screen, or you can even overlay it fully onto the big across your screen. And it's just amazing to see how a game's come from something so simple compared to modern day times. Obviously back then this was amazing, to what games are now. And yeah, you'll basically move around in a first-person view on a tile-based dungeon, slowly unveiling it as you progress the map. You'll go through doors, you'll find enemies to fight, encounters, there'll be treasure chests, there's multiple levels to go through and stuff like that. You'll die, you'll start a new party, and you'll start again and stuff like that. You've got spells. Your combat is turn-based, and you have two rows. You have a front row of 3 characters and a back row of 3 characters. Obviously, the ones at the front get into the melee damage. The ones at the back can sort of parry or cast spells and stuff like that. Same with enemies. You can sort of attack the front ones or the back ones. You have to just decide where you're going. And honestly, it's good. The combat's straightforward enough. It's easy to do. I wish it could have been sped up a little bit, though. Just a fast forward button would be nice. It's one of those things I've come to love in RPG games nowadays, especially after a while when you're fighting the same enemies, doing the sort of same setup of each fight. It's nice just to be able to click fast forward and the fight goes a bit quicker. But honestly, it's not bad. It's just a pet peeve, basically. Now, if you've never played a Wizardry game, this is a really good place to jump in. It won't be for everyone. It is very, very old school. You get items, you can equip them, you can sell them, you can buy things in the town, and the town is a selection of menus. But obviously, it's not got all the bells and whistles that modern RPGs are known for. There's no open world. There's no sort of open action sort of combat like Final Fantasy currently has and stuff like that. But it's great to see this little bit of gaming history brought back. And if you're a Wizardry fan, you'll absolutely love this game being so authentic to the original, but having such a nice new coat of paint and UI improvements and stuff. Now, my only concern is the price. It's $33.49, and that is a fair price for a game. I'm not complaining at that. It's just, for that price, you're still getting a retro game as such. If it was about 25 quid, I'd highly recommend it. But I would at the moment probably recommend it in a sale unless you're an old school RPG fan, because you just, unless there's a demo out there somewhere, you just might not enjoy it. Now, it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles. It's optimized for Series X and S as well with 4K resolution, and it supports smart delivery. It's also available on other platforms as well. And like Digital Eclipse's other retro releases, I mean, they did that, the making of Karateka. They did, I believe they did the Atari 50, the Jeff Minter story, like the Larmasoft bundle as well. They've done a great job here of bringing out a very awesome feeling retro game, and I really hope that they maybe do well enough with this one to bring out Wizardry 2 and maybe 3. Although I feel like having them in one bundle would have been better, like the full, like the trilogy of them in a £35 game. I think that would have been good. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's still a really fun little RPG game that harkens back to the past while sort of modernising it for those people that really can't stand text-based adventures. But hit that like button, guys. Hit subscribe. I'll see you soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.